So didn't quite get the start we wanted. I'm going to set this up for you right now. Oh, damn! I like her. Biden sounds so robotic. Damn it! Sorry, I'm still getting used to this. There we go. Shut the fuck up. Shit, we got a lag. Yes. I'm not even sure if I would take it if a doctor told me to. I really don't agree with that. It's probably the guy not senile.
Yo, dude, this shit's staticky as fuck. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Debate. I can't
Yeah.
hear the debate.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Edit.
I just hear static.
Shit. All right. Currently experiencing technical difficulties. God damn it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to cover us. I'm going to cover us. I got this. I got this. It's all right. First time doing this. We're good to go. Good to go.
Well, I've been streaming it for probably like 10 minutes now. There's one part where Jo Jorgensen, she's like, "Mr. President, I am talking."
Oh, wait.
Yes.
What is Joe Jorgensen doing up there?
Or whoever the hell it is, the president is, the chick is.
So it's Kamala and Pence tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, Mr. Vice President, I am talking.
All right. So that's not what I want to do. 1 second here. 1 second. Won't take long. Give me like 30 seconds and we are good to go.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25. I lost count.
All right. Let's... Hey, this version's better. Did she just say she's black?
I don't know. I can't hear it.
Can you hear it? No?
And I think Joe has asked me to serve with him because he knows that we share a purpose, which is about lifting up the American people. And after the 4 years that we have seen of Donald Trump unifying our country around our common values. You know, neither President
Someone's
Trump nor
mic
Vice
is
President
fucked
Biden
up.
has released a sort of detailed health information.
So I'm gonna start by saying this. It looks like that Pence and Kamala are actually like a little bit more civil. Just so you guys know,
You're better than the
this-
presidents have.
Yeah. Share this feed, guys. We're gonna try and get this set up so you guys can watch the debate with us. We're trying to make that happen. It's
Irritatingly frustrating.
and you get the green screen effect and everything, bro. Yo, do me a favor. Shoot me the link to this video in the comments here.
Shit. Hold on a minute. I got the fucking sound going. I can't hear anything you're saying right now.
You're good. Hold on.
Shut up. Okay, what now?
All right, so I'm gonna share it. It's okay. Where the fuck is the share button on Twitch? What the fuck? I thought this was easy.
I'm still getting used to it too, man. Don't feel bad.
Oh damn it, Facebook! Had you not pulled your shit? What the fuck? How do you share the link? Like, there's no share button, copy, or anything like that. Wait, here we go.
Okay.
I'll just do it like this.
Share
Fuck it.
screen. We can just copy and paste over on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Video. Edge. Try it again. That might help. Anything?
Negative. It's like static. Are you hearing it?
Fuck. Screen edit.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Is there a way? Do you have another device by chance nearby that you could at least play the audio for it or something?
I got my phone, but we just tried that on your end. It's fucking shitty.
Yeah, I've also got a weak speaker on my phone. Yeah, there's still static going on. That's weird.
Well, I can play it from Twitch Studios, but I would have to end the feed. We could probably go on one of ours. You know, why don't we do this on your Twitch, and then I can do through Twitch Studios the presidential debate.
I'm not understanding.
What we're doing now.
Well, I've already shared out this feed is the problem.
Damn it, crazy, where are you? I'm a newbie at this shit.
All right, fuck it. Let me. I think this is the first episode we've ever done where there's been dead air with
No
me featured
shit.
on it. This is fucking frustrating.
Other than our phones, I can't fucking think of anything.
Fuck it. Is there a way you can plug it into a soundboard or something? Anything like that? I fucking don't know.
As a matter of, let me try something.
Sure. Wait, I'll give it a shot on my end. Fuck it. Let's see. What do we got here? What's our cam and mic?
Well, I can Bluetooth my phone to my computer.
Oh, screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Screen sharing works best on a good computer. Use Chrome if you'd like to share audio with your screen.
I'm going to see if it works. I'm not putting my eggs in one basket here.
All right. Well, if you've got Chrome, we could try that. Actually, I could try that. Let's see. I don't even know how you'd add Chrome.
Setting up device. Connection succeeded.
Because if we can at least hear it, I think we're good.
Device is ready. Come on, damn it. Where are you? Well, you'd think it'd be easier to find. Message. I ask myself all the time, why the hell does everything have to be a fucking pain in the ass?
I have no clue. All right. Be patient. I'm trying something here. If it'll work.
Open in YouTube.
Want to play the guitar?
All right, hold on a
Don't know where to
minute.
begin?
Oh,
Musician
there
I got-
is
you
the
go.
best way to get started. The app
I hear
listens
it
to you play
perfectly.
and guides you step by step
Is it
to
clear?
tune up and play your first song.
Yeah.
Whether
clear
you
as
want to
day.
play rock,
And with the rise in wages that
There we
occurred,
go.
most
We're in
predominantly for
business.
blue collar
All right.
working Americans.
Perfect.
The average
All right, we at
household
least can
income
hear
for a
it.
family of 4 increased by $4,000 following President Trump's tax cuts.
Phone's still
But
fucking being
America, you
wonky.
just
Come
heard
on.
Senator Harris tell you, on day one,
All right, good
Biden's
enough.
gonna raise your taxes. It's really remarkable to think. I mean, right after
Can you still hear
a
it?
time where
Yep.
we're going through a
All right.
pandemic that lost 22 million jobs at the height. We've already added back 11.6 million jobs because we had a president who cut taxes, rolled back regulation, unleashed American energy, fought for
You
free
gotta do my
energy,
ears for me because I'm having
and
a really hard
secured
time
$4
hearing this.
trillion from the Congress of the United States.
Basically talking about
to
how
give
the
direct payments
president
to
like
families,
had like an
save
all-time
50
low
million jobs through the
unemployment,
Paycheck
like the
Protection
economy
Program.
right now and such.
We
and
literally have
such.
spared
Right.
no expense to help the American people and the American worker through this. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris want to raise taxes. They want to bury our economy
Kamala
under a
Biden wanna
$2
raise
trillion
taxes.
Green New Deal, which you were one of the original
And talking about the
co-sponsors
Green
of
New
in the
Deal.
United
I'm
States
actually
Senate.
for the Green
They
New
want to
Deal.
abolish fossil
The
fuels.
fucking Paris
They ban
Agreement was
fracking,
fine.
which would cost
Uh-huh.
hundreds of thousands
It was fucking
of American
fine. There
jobs
was
all
nothing
across the heartland.
about it that
And
was
Joe
fine.
Biden wants to go back to the economic surrender.
So why is it
When
even
we
why is
took
it even
office,
being
half
discussed?
of our international
Because
trade
apparently
deficit
it
was
would
with
put
China
coal
alone.
miners out of
Joe
fucking
Biden wants to
business.
repeal all of the tariffs that President Trump put into effect to fight for American jobs and American workers. Joe Biden says
Isn't that like a
democracy is
dying
invalid.
industry anyway?
Make no mistake about
Pretty
it.
much. You know, if you want, you
The
could.
American economy, the American
you
comeback is on
shit,
ballot.
you play on your phone with
4 more years
subtitles
of
or
growth,
something?
Thank you.
opportunity,
Thank you.
4 more years of President Donald
You
Trump.
can't hear it very well.
2021
Thank you, Vice President.
That's why I'm trying to Bluetooth my phone to my PC. If I can do that, maybe I can get some sound coming in.
We saw enough of it in last
I'm
week's
hearing it
debate,
fine.
but I think this is supposed to be a debate based on fact and truth. And the truth and the fact is, Joe Biden has been very clear. He will not raise taxes on anybody who makes less than $400,000
He said he's
a
going
year.
to repeal the Trump tax cuts.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Oh,
I'm
Ben's
speaking.
pulling
The
the
important
fucking
is you said the
Trump
truth.
thing now, interrupting Kamala.
Joe Biden said twice in the debate last week that he's going to repeal the Trump tax cuts. That was tax cuts that gave every working
No, I
family
knew Pence was going to do this.
$2,000
I fucking knew
tax
it.
break every single year. Senator,
That is
that's the math.
absolutely not true. That
is he
tax
only
bill,
is he only going to repeal part of the Trump tax cuts?
if you don't mind letting me finish, we can then have a conversation, okay?
Look, listen,
Please.
let the
Okay.
broad talk, all right? Like,
Joe
just-
He's been
Biden
doing that since
will not
fucking
tax
Trump.
anyone who makes less than $400,000.
Let
Sorry.
them fucking
He's been
talk,
very
man.
clear about that.
No
Joe
shit.
Biden will not end fracking. He has been very clear about that.
Anybody who
Biden
makes less than $400,000, their
Is the
taxes
one
will not be
who,
raised.
during
I
the
won't make-
Great Recession, was responsible for the Recovery Act that brought America back. And now the Trump-Pence administration wants to take credit when they rode the coattails of Joe Biden's success for the economy that they had at the beginning of their term. Of course, now the economy is a complete disaster. But Joe Biden, on the one hand, did that. On the other hand, you have Donald Trump, who has reigned over a recession that is being compared to the Great Depression. On the
Except
one
I
hand,
saw
you
the
have Joe
stock
Biden,
market today,
who
and it's
was
fucking
responsible
soaring.
with
I don't know what
President
she's
Barack
talking about,
Obama
the fucking
for the
recession
Affordable
right
Care
now.
Act.
They're trying to downplay
Brought
Trump. What do you
healthcare
think
to
she's
over
doing?
20 million Americans and protected people with pre-existing conditions. And what it also did is it saved those families who otherwise were going bankrupt because of hospital bills they could not afford. On the other hand, you have Donald Trump, who's in court right now, trying to get rid
By
of,
the sounds of it,
trying to
Kamala's
get
going
rid
to be
of
my
the
opponent in
Affordable Care Act.
2024.
You will lose protections if you have.
Personally, I think Biden is too old to be a
This is
fucking
very
president.
important, Susan.
I know what they're doing is they're trying to use him as the cater,
Here,
right? Like the spoon to just basically shovel in Kamala into office. As soon as
If
they
you have
get
a pre-existing
inaugurated, they
condition,
just like pick him up and
heart
move him like a
disease,
fucking
diabetes,
like
breast
dead weight,
cancer,
and then
they're
bring
coming
Kamala
for
in.
you. If you love someone who has a pre-existing condition,
Thank
they're
you, Senator
coming for
Harris.
you. If you are under the age of 26 on your parents'
Now
coverage,
Kamala's
they're
talking over
coming
the
for you.
fucking
Senator Harris, thank you.
the,
Let me give you a chance to
moderator.
respond.
Well, I hope we have a chance to talk about health care because Obama.
That must be like a trend or something.
I will say this: Obamacare is a fucking sham.
President Trump and I have a plan to improve health care and to
I give him points for trying, but
Listen, when you're finding me for not having something, so somebody else can have it,
opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts.
that's fucked
You
up.
yourself said
Yeah.
on multiple occasions when you were running for president that you would ban
Obama's entire run could be called like an Olympic event.
Right.
It's a little good on the form, but kind of rough on the landing.
They have a $2 trillion version of the Green New Deal, Susan, that your newspaper, USA Today, said really wasn't that very different from the original Green New Deal. More taxes, more regulation, banning fracking, abolishing fossil fuel, crushing American energy, and economic surrender to China is a prescription for economic decline. President Trump and I will keep
China? What
America
the
growing.
fuck?
The V-shaped
Do you-
recovery is underway right now.
See, this is what I'm saying. We are living in a fucking communist country right now. Nobody fucking sees it.
It's once again you.
No,
Right,
Biden's
perfect
saying it. That's what
segue
we're
to
doing.
topic,
That's what
which is
Kamala's
climate
wanting to
change.
do and what Biden's
And
trying
Vice
to do.
President Pence,
Last
I'd
I
like to
checked,
pose the
Democrats
first question.
didn't like China.
This
That was
year
my
we've seen
impression.
Record-setting hurricanes in the south. Another one, Hurricane Delta, is now threatening the Gulf. And we have seen record-setting wildfires in the west. Do you believe, as the scientific community has concluded, that man-made climate change has made wildfires bigger, hotter, and more deadly? And it made hurricanes wetter, slower, and more damaging.
You just said that you think fire is hotter. That the fire in California is hotter than it's ever been because of man-made climate change. Let me explain something to you. Fire is the same temperature, no matter if it was 2000 BC or 2000 AD.
Yes!
It's fucking hot.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ
President Trump has made
almighty.
a commitment to
Is
conservation.
climate change a reason for
Now,
wildfires?
with
No,
regard to
not
climate
chopping
change,
down dead wood
climate
is
is
why we have
changing.
wildfires.
No
You
shit.
dumb bitch.
What's the cause?
Fucking
Like Smokey the Bear. Only
President Trump has made
you
it clear
can
that
prevent
we're
forest
continuing to
fires.
Right,
Now,
and it starts
Joe
by taking
Biden
out the shit that can
and
catch
Kamala
fire.
Harris would put us back in the Paris Climate Accord. They'd impose the
The
Green
Paris
New Deal,
climate thing is not
which
as
would
bad as
crush
Pence and
American
Trump are
energy,
playing it
would
out, though.
increase the energy costs of
See,
American
that's
families.
I could get into the whole fucking
Literally
climate
crush
thing.
American jobs.
Ugh.
President
Oh my
Trump
Look,
God.
listen, if he had just signed
the
the Paris
progress
deal,
that we have
it would have
made
been better
in a
politics
cleaner
and better
environment
diplomacy for
has
other
been happening
countries.
precisely because we have a strong
Yeah,
free
for
market
real.
economy. You know, what's
Jesus
remarkable is
Christ.
the United States
Like-
has reduced CO2 more than the countries that are still in the Paris Climate Accord, but we've done it through innovation,
That's not true either. No,
we've done it
no.
through
As a matter
natural
of fact,
gas
we're one of the worst
and
as far
fracking,
as
which Senator, the American
pollution and
people can
shit like
go
that.
look at the
The
record.
countries that joined the
I know
Paris
Joe
deal
Biden
now
says
get this,
otherwise now,
with
as you do,
windmills,
but the both of you
Uh-huh.
they're not as
repeatedly
energy efficient
committed
as
to
people think that
abolishing
they are.
fossil fuel
Because once they
and
No,
break
they're not.
fracking.
there's no
And so
way to
by
like
creating the
get
kind
rid
of
of those
American
propellers. You
innovation,
literally just
we're
bury them
actually steering
somewhere.
toward a stronger
Yeah, pretty much.
And the way of
With
disposing
regard
of
to
those broken
wildfires,
parts is very
President
dangerous.
Trump and I
to-
believe
to
that
the
forest
stratosphere.
management has to be.
What do you think about
Governor Gavin Newsom from your state has agreed
solar
we're gonna
panels?
work on forest management.
The solar
With regard
panels,
to
I think, are
hurricanes,
fine, but I don't think we
the
need like 6,000
National
of them. And the
Oceanic
question is, when they
Administration tells
break,
us
what do
that
we do with
actually,
those?
as
And the other thing
difficult
is,
as they are,
Thank you, Vice President.
there are
guarantee that
no
we have
more
that kind of
hurricanes
energy
today
Thank
than
you.
there were 100
during
years
the winter,
ago.
during
you.
the
But
fucking
many of the
early
climate
days of
alarmists
Vice President
use
Pence,
hurricanes and
the sun
wildfire
goes
to
down
try and
Thank
sell
you,
the
Vice
benefits
President.
of a Green New
in the fall and
Deal.
the winter.
And President Trump and I are going to always put
Thank you,
American
Vice
jobs
I
and
think that if you
American
want to
workers
solar panels, it's kind
first.
of like an option.
Senator
If you
Harris,
want to opt out of
as
using
the Vice President
less
mentioned, you co-sponsored the
electricity,
Green New
makes
Deal in
sense. But you
Congress.
can't be
But Vice
solely
President Biden said
dependent
in
on
last
solar
week's
power.
debate that he
But it
does
does
not
give you a great
support
tax
the Green
bait,
New Deal.
tax break.
But if you look at the Biden-Harris campaign website,
Well, I just asked that
which
because
Green
compared
New
to
Deal
solar
as a crucial
panels
framework,
and windmills, I'd rather
what
choose the solar
exactly
panels.
would be the stance
Absolutely.
of a Biden-Harris administration toward the Green New Deal? You have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Sure. So, first of all, I will repeat, and the American people know, that Joe Biden will not ban fracking. That is a fact. That is a fact. I will repeat that Joe Biden has been very clear that he thinks about growing jobs, which is why he will not increase taxes for anyone who makes less than $400,000 a year. Joe Biden's economic plan, Moody's, which is a reputable Wall Street firm, has said will create 7 million more jobs than Donald Trump's. And part of those jobs that will be created by Joe Biden
Question real quick.
are going to
These
be
jobs they keep
about
talking
clean
about,
energy and
what
renewable
they
Okay.
start
energy.
building.
Because
What
you see,
fucking
Joe
job?
understands that the west coast of our country is
Technically
burning, including my
speaking,
home
I
state
have
of
at least
California.
given people an
Joe
opportunity to make
sees
money
what
through
is
my
happening
network.
on the
Uh-huh.
Gulf states, which are being
So my
battered by
question is,
storms. Joe has
when they're
seen
talking
and
about
talked
building
with the
jobs,
farmers in Iowa,
what
whose
jobs?
entire crops
I'm
have been
curious about that
destroyed.
myself. The way
But
it
Joe
almost,
believes, again, in science. I'll tell you something.
I don't know.
I served when I first got into
It's weird.
on the committee that's responsible for
Power
the environment.
lines
Do you know
and
this
shit.
administration
I don't know. I
took
fucking
the
don't know. We're
word
going to create
science
this many
off
jobs.
the website?
For the foreseeable future, I
And
can
then took
always
the
see
phrase
there being
climate
some kind of
change off the
construction work because
website.
there has to be something
This
to carry
may seem
carry
painful
the
with this
electrical
administration,
charge
but they
that
don't
sends
believe
the
in
wave
science.
signals
And
that
Joe's
give us
plan
4G,
is about saying
5G,
we're gonna
LTE,
build it and
whatever.
we're also gonna create jobs.
But
But
the
aren't
way
those like
When
independent
asked about
contractors? Like that's
wildfires
not
in
government
California,
work, right?
and the question
That's
was,
what it seems like.
science is telling us this.
Right,
You know what Donald
so
Trump said?
how are they
Science
promising
doesn't
all
know.
these jobs?
So
They
let's
say that
talk
in
about
every
who is
election.
prepared to
Right.
lead our country
How
over the
about
course of the next
careers?
4 years on what is
There's
an
an idea.
existential threat to us as human beings. Joe is about saying we're going to invest that in renewable energy. It's going to be about the creation of millions of jobs. We will achieve
Drowned Out
net
says the bass
zero
is so
emissions
loud
by
that he can't
2050,
hear Sid
carbon
talking.
neutral by 2035. Joe has a plan.
I'm using my phone,
This
so
has
I'm
been
trying to
lot of
figure out a
talk
good
of the Trump
distance to hold it.
administration, and really it has been to go
So,
backward instead of forward. We will
still
also
haven't figured out how to
climate
get the sound to come
by.
in clearly.
Harris just said that climate change is an existential threat. Vice President Pence, do you believe that climate change poses an existential threat?
And crazy, I'm sorry, my messages are delayed.
As I
I'm
said, Susan, climate
literally
is
doing
changing
3 things at once right
all
now.
Science. But, once again, Senator Harris is denying the fact that they're going to raise taxes on every American. Joe Biden said twice in the debate last week that on day one he was going to repeal the Trump tax cuts.
Why are
Those
we back
tax
on this
cuts delivered
topic?
$2,000
We're talking
in
about
tax
something
relief
different, Pence.
to the average
Let's
family. With regard to banning fracking, I just recommend that people look at the record. You yourself said repeatedly that you would ban fracking. You were the first Senate co-sponsor of the Green New Deal. While Joe Biden denied the Green New Deal, Susan, thank you for pointing out the Green New Deal is on their campaign website. And as USA Today said, it's essentially the same plan as you
Okay, so
co-sponsor
check this out.
with
What if
AOC, which you submitted.
what if like working on climate change?
And you just heard
Kill
the senator say that
jobs.
she's going to resubmit America to the Paris Climate Accord.
What then?
Whether humans are involved or not, climate change is going to happen. It's been proven that we are not in the same climate as we are 65 million years ago when the dinosaurs were here.
Right, but I'm saying, can't the climate change thing help build jobs as well, though?
Honestly, I think it's just a pointless topic to even bring up.
Joe Biden wants us to
Thank you, Vice
retrofit 4
I think that if I
Thank you,
said
Vice President.
we can look into alternatives, we
It
can
makes no
focus on
sense. It
using
will cost more
less
jobs. President Trump
electricity
Thank you,
is going
Vice
to put
President.
America
Less
first. He's
gas,
going to put jobs first.
and work
Take
on
care
other
of our
things
environment
for
with
other
all the
people,
science.
Say, but
which
yeah,
would
you know, on the
save
issue
money.
of jobs,
Senator Harris.
let's
It
talk
would.
about that. The vice president earlier referred to, as part of what he thinks is an accomplishment, the president's trade
Screen
war
share
with
this
China.
with StreamYard. We
He
tried.
lost that trade war.
We tried
He
that.
lost
It
it.
comes up static.
What ended up happening is because of a so-called trade war.
I'm
with
running
China,
it through Edge
America
right
lost
now because
300,000
Chromecast or Chrome
manufacturing jobs.
doesn't come up
Farmers
very loud. I just
have
tried running it through
experienced
Firefox and I had the same problem.
because of it. We are in a manufacturing recession because of
And
it.
Brave and Edge come
And
up all
when we
staticky.
look at where this administration has been,
Is there a way you can
there are
bring up the
estimates
video
that by
and
the end of
mute
the
it and
term
still have
of
the
this
audio
administration,
play though?
they will have lost more jobs
Oh, okay, we
than
could
almost
do
any
that.
other
Try that.
presidential administration.
That's an
And the
idea.
American people know what I'm talking about. You know. I think about 20-year-olds. You know, we have a 20-year-old.
Oh shit! I gotta bring up your conversation here.
Who are coming out of high school and college right now. and
Oh,
you're
my arm is
wondering,
fucking
is there gonna
killing
be a job?
me.
We're looking at people who are
That's what you get
trying
for
to
joking
figure
about.
out how they're going to pay rent by
And you know
the
what?
end
It's
of the
because of
month.
jerking
Almost
off I've been able to
half
last
of
this long.
renters Are
There you
worried
go.
about
I'm
whether
proud
they're
of
going to
you.
be able to pay rent by the end of the month. This is where the economy is in America right now, and it is because of the catastrophe and the failure of leadership of this administration.
Thank you, Senator Harris. Vice President Pence, let me give just 15 seconds to respond because then I want to move on.
Well, I'd love to respond. Look, lost the trade war with China. Joe Biden never
You got
fought
15
it.
seconds, you're gonna putter?
Joe Biden's been a cheerleader against China through over the last.
I'd love to
several decades.
respond. Well,
And
there's
again,
5 seconds right there, bud.
Senator Harris, you're entitled to your opinion. You're not entitled to your own facts.
That's
Joe
what it is.
Biden was
The
vice
Republicans
president,
can't
lost
count.
200,000 manufacturing
God
jobs.
damn it.
I don't know very
Obama said they
many
were never
politicians that
coming
can
back.
count to begin with.
Magic
I
wand
don't know.
bring
The
back.
fucking the
In our
politicians,
first 3
the
years after
Republicans
the
can't
cut
fucking
tax
count,
rollback
and the left
regulation
think that the
unleashed
fire
American
gets
energy.
hotter.
This administration
Due
saw
to man-made climate
500,000
change.
Thank you, Vice
manufacturing
President.
jobs
It's fucking
created.
weird
And that's
science.
exactly the kind of growth we're going to continue to see
There
as
you
we
go.
bring our nation
Oh my
Me face.
God! Oh.
Green New
Thank you,
Deal, your
Vice
massive
Oh, there you go.
mandates,
Okay,
your
my
Paris
face is
Climate
down there.
Accord.
All right, cool.
It's going to kill jobs this time.
Okay, can you
just
still
like
hear
it killed
that?
jobs.
Listen,
Yeah,
I just need to respond very
Like
briefly.
15 seconds. And
Thank
then
you.
we'll-
Thank you.
Oh.
Joe Biden is responsible for saving America's auto industry, and you voted against it. So let's set the record straight. Thank you.
I'd like to talk about China. We have, as our next topic, we have no more complicated or consequential foreign relationship than the one with China. It is a huge market for American agricultural goods. It's a potential partner in dealing with climate change in North
This
Korea.
kind of reminds me of being
And in
a
a
kid.
video tonight,
I
President
know.
Trump again blamed the coronavirus,
How you guys
saying
hearing this? Can
China
you guys
will
hear us
pay.
and the video okay?
Vice President Pence, how would you describe
Devil
our
horns in the chest.
our fundamental
You guys are still
relationship
with
with
us.
China? Competitors, adversaries, enemies? You have 2 minutes.
If there's any lag, let us know.
Well, before I leave that, let me speak to voting records. If I
It's just a
can.
word to make the rats hit the button.
Everybody knows that NAFTA cost literally thousands of American factories to close. We saw automotive jobs go south of the border. President Trump fought to renegotiate NAFTA. And The United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement is now the law of the land. American people deserve to know that Senator Kamala Harris was one of only 10 members of the Senate to vote against the USMCA. It was a huge win for American auto workers. It was a huge win for American farmers, especially dairy in the upper Midwest. But Senator, you said it didn't go far enough on climate change. That you put your radical environmental agenda ahead of
I'm pretty sure they did.
ahead of American
I mean,
jobs. The American people
I can't exactly go back now, but I'm sure once it's over, you can,
Newsweek magazine said
re-listen to it.
Kamala Harris was the most liberal member of the United States Senate in 2019.
I mean, at least she's letting the
More
guy
liberal than
talk.
Bernie Sanders, more liberal than any of the others in the United States Senate. So now, with regard to China, look, Susan, first and foremost, China is to blame for the coronavirus. And President Trump is not happy about it. He's made that very clear, made it clear again today. China and the World Health Organization did not play straight with the American people. They did not let our personnel into China to get information on the coronavirus until the middle of February.
Well, in all
Fortunately,
fairness, our
President
government
Trump
hasn't been exactly
dealing
honest
with
with us
China
in
from
the
the
first
outset,
fucking place
standing
anyway.
up to China that had been
So you
taking
can't sit there and say, well, there wasn't complete transparency.
Joe
No
Biden's
one told
cheerleading
us
for
what's in
China.
Area 51
President
yet,
Trump
asshole.
made that decision.
Didn't they actually admit to that being real?
Travel from China. And again,
They
American
admitted
people
to the
deserve to know Joe
aliens, but not to
Biden
Area
opposed
51.
President Trump's
That's
decision
still
to
technically
suspend all
classified.
travel
Although,
from China. He said it was
Julie, I don't know
hysterical.
if
He
you're
said it was
Thank you, Vice
familiar with
President Pence.
But President Trump has
Vice
stood
President Pence,
up
your
to
time is
China.
up.
We're going to
But I
continue
got
to stand
Oreos here.
strong.
Thank you, Vice President Pence.
We want to
Red,
improve
white,
the
and blue
relationship, but we're going
frosting.
to level the playing field.
You have
We're gonna hold
Oreos?
China accountable for
That are
what
red,
they
white,
did to
and blue
America
frosting.
with the coronavirus.
Thank you. Senator Harris, let me ask you the same question
Oh.
that I asked
You know what?
Vice President. How
Yeah,
would
you know what? I'm
describe
not gonna matter. It's not
our
Reese's, so I'm
relationship
good.
with China? Are we
If they're
competitors,
Reese's, I'll kill a motherfucker for
adversaries,
them.
enemies?
Oh, I
You'll
got a
have
Reese's
2 minutes
fast break. That was
uninterrupted.
my whole reason for going out today.
Susan, the Trump
Sid, those are fighting
administration's
words.
perspective
Them are fighting
and
words.
approach to China has resulted in the loss of American lives, American jobs,
Get some
and
good
America's standing.
American cookies. Fuck yeah.
There's a weird obsession that President Trump has had
It says for,
With getting
for the
rid of
Olympics,
whatever
but let's be honest,
accomplishment
it's election season. We're
was
going red, white, and
achieved
blue.
by
We need to
President
get red, white,
Obama
blue
and Vice
Tums,
President
for fuck's sakes.
For example, they created within the White House an office that basically was responsible for monitoring pandemics.
Did they even have the Olympics this year?
There
I
was a
don't think
team
so.
of
I
disease
really don't. I
experts
think
that President Obama
Hey,
and
Frank,
Vice
see that? I
President
fucking
Biden
have no
dispatched to China
That
to monitor
good?
what is now
Right?
predictable and what
I
might
fucking did
happen.
it right.
They pulled them out. We now are looking at
They are still red, white, and blue. That's crazy.
210,000 Americans who have lost their lives.
That's crazy.
Let's look at the job situation. We mentioned before the trade deal
Oh, these are close.
Careful, Morpheus might come out.
they wanted to call it with China. It resulted in the loss of over 300
Nick, you joined the Matrix.
manufacturing
I don't know. I
jobs
might
and a
summon Hulk
manufacturing
Hogan. Holy
recession.
shit, these are red, white,
And
and
the
blue.
American consumer paying thousands of dollars.
Hey, if you start hearing Real American play, then you know you've done a good job.
War that they called it.
I'm
And
so
let's
glad
talk
he's
about
like
standing.
at least in
Pew,
good graces with the
The
WWE.
reputable
now.
research firm has done an analysis that shows that leaders of all of our formerly allied countries have now decided that they hold in greater esteem and respect Xi Jinping, the head of the Chinese Communist Party, than they do Donald Trump, the President of the United States, the Commander.
Hey, Crazy, if you could go into the network Twitch and add a couple appropriate tags.
Because of a failure.
I was able to get the title on, but I can't figure out the tags.
Senator Harris, we've seen changes in the role of the United States in terms of global leadership over the past 4 years. And of course, times do change. What's your definition? We've seen strains with China, of course, as the Vice President mentioned. We've seen strains with our traditional allies in NATO and elsewhere. What is your definition of the role of American leadership in 2020?
So, Joe I love talking with Joe about a lot of these issues. And, Joe, I think he said it quite well. He says, foreign policy, it might sound complicated, but really it's relationships. They're just, and so we know this.
If she was any more.
You gotta keep your word to your friends.
Any more on it, it'd be a fucking
You gotta be loyal
foreskin.
to your friends. People who've stood
I
with
know.
you, you gotta stand with them. You gotta know who your adversaries are and keep them in check. But what we have seen with Donald Trump is that he has betrayed our friends and embraced dictators around the world. Let's take, for example, Russia. So, Russia, I serve on the Intelligence Committee of the United States Senate. America's intelligence community told us Russia interfered in the election of the President of the United States in 2016 and is playing in 2020. Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, said the same. But Donald Trump, the commander-in-chief of the United States of America, prefers to take the word of Vladimir Putin over the word of the American intelligence community. You look at our friends at NATO.
One of those sentences that makes sense. I'm just saying.
Call me Cormac. Enough said.
What's Russia going to say on this whole thing? I'm
where we are
curious.
less safe because they are building up what might end up being a significant nuclear
The two
arsenal.
words that should not be in a
We
sentence
were
together.
in that deal, guys. We were
Well,
in the
listen.
Iran nuclear deal with friends, with allies
Let's
around the
say,
country.
for one
And
minute,
because
right?
of Donald Trump's
Let's say for
unilateral
one
approach
fucking
to
minute
foreign policy,
that everyone's
coupled
got
with his
nuclear weapons.
isolationism,
Yes, is not
he
going to be
pulled
going
us
to
out
nuclear
and has
war
made
anytime
America less
soon.
safe.
No
So
shit.
it's about
It's like what you were saying the
relationships.
other day.
And
America
the
got
thing
a
that
gun
has
behind
always
every
been
blade
part
of
the
glass,
strength of our nation,
blade of
in
grass. You
addition
know.
to
That's
our
why we
great
didn't get
military,
invaded in World War
has
II.
been that we keep
No
our
shit.
word. But Donald Trump doesn't understand that because he doesn't understand what it means to be honest.
Thank you, Senator Harris. Vice President Pence, let me give you a chance to respond.
Well, thank you. Well, President Trump kept his word when we moved the American embassy to Jerusalem, capital of the
Bad
state.
move, by the way.
When Joe
Fucking
Biden was
idiot.
vice president, he promised to do that. They never did.
Fucking
You
We
want to
bad.
stood
elaborate?
strong with our allies.
Yeah,
but
so
we've been demanding.
when he moved the
NATO
embassy
is now
to
contributing
Jerusalem,
more to our common
he
defense.
pissed off everybody
Fourth,
over in
thanks
the
to
Middle
President
East,
Trump's
including
leadership,
Jerusalem.
we've strengthened our alliances across the
Didn't they want their
Asia
own
Pacific,
independence?
and we've stood
Yeah,
strong.
so
So yeah, moving the
Against
embassy
those
there
who do
would
us
be a
harm.
bad move.
You know, when
yeah,
President
and
Trump
not just
came
that,
into
but it's not
office,
even it's not even
ISIS had
Jerusalem.
captured
It's,
an area
fuck, you
really
had to bring
the
it up.
size of Pennsylvania. But President Trump
Fucking Christ.
unleashed the American military,
Oh
and
my
our
God,
armed forces
that's gonna
destroyed
fuck
the
with me
ISIS
now.
caliphate and took down
I'm
everything
just as
al-Baghdadi
lost as you are.
one American
Yeah, give
gang.
me 1 second.
Al-Baghdadi was responsible
Palestine.
for the death
Right?
of
Okay.
thousands.
1 second. I'm gonna look something up real
Notably,
quick
America's
so I
hearts
can
stand
double check
with
my
the
shit
family
here.
of Caleb Mueller, the parents of which are here with us tonight in Salt Lake City. Today, two of the ISIS killers
Give me for a minute. I gotta wedgie.
responsible for Caleb
Yeah,
Mueller's
you're fine.
murder brought to justice in the United States. Jihadi John was killed on the battlefield.
There we go.
The reality is that when Joe Biden was vice president, we had an opportunity to save.
Okay.
Breaks my heart to reflect on it, but the military came into the Oval Office, presented a plan, said they knew where Caleb was. Baghdadi had held her for 18
Get the blood flowing
months
to the
and
lower
used
limbs
her
there.
mercilessly.
Much better.
Killed her. But when Joe Biden was vice president, they hesitated for a month. And when armed forces finally went in, it was clear she'd been moved 2 days earlier. And her family says with a heart that broke the heart of every American, if President Donald Trump had been president, they believe Kayla would be alive today.
Thank you, Vice
Look, we
President.
destroyed the ISIS caliphate. And you talk about re-entering the Iran nuclear deal. I mean, the last administration
Except
transferred
here's the
$1.8
problem. I
billion
talked to somebody over in the
to
Middle East.
the
Apparently,
leading
that
state
ISIS
sponsor
money,
Thank you, Vice
of
President.
terrorists.
ISIS
President
funding and
Donald
shit
Trump
like
got
that,
us
there's
out of the
American
Thank you,
deal.
Vice
money
President.
attached to
And,
that
and
shit.
when Qasem
You
Soleimani
just
was
now figured that
traveling
out. I could have fucking told you
Thank you,
that.
harm to America,
I'm just telling you,
President Donald
mate.
Trump took
Thank you, Vice
out,
President
and
Pence.
America is safer. Our allies are safer, and the American people know President Donald Trump will never
Thank you, Vice President
take
Pence.
action.
I would like to give Senator Harris a chance to respond, but not at such great length because, of course, there are other topics we want to talk
But
about.
I would like equal time.
Yes,
Thank you.
please go ahead.
First of all, to the Mueller family,
Palestine, I was
I
right.
know about your daughter's case, and I'm so sorry.
Palestine.
I'm so
So,
sorry.
If we
What happened to her
took
is,
Palestine and said, "Hey, listen, we're not making this a fucking
and it should
refuge
never happen.
anymore," and gave it back to the
And I know
Middle
Joe
East,
feels the same way.
90% of our issues are solved.
And I know that President Obama feels the same way.
I don't see that happening. There's too much oil over there.
But you mentioned Soleimani. Let's start there.
And that's
I
the
mean,
fucking
there's-
problem. We need to
After
end
the
the
strike
use
on
of
Soleimani,
oil.
There was a counter
That would
strike
involve your
on our troops in
the
Iraq.
people you don't like doing the climate change thing, buddy.
And they suffered serious brain injuries. And do you know what Donald Trump dismissed them as? Headaches.
Donald Trump.
And this is about a pattern of Donald Trump's,
Sounds like
where he has referred to our men who are serving in our military as suckers and losers. Donald Trump, who went to Arlington Cemetery and stood above the graves of our fallen heroes and said, what's in it for them? Because, of course, you know, he only thinks about what's in it for him. Let's take what he said about John McCain,
That's business,
a
though.
great American
Like,
hero.
I've preached that shit.
And
What's in
and
it for
Donald
me
Trump
isn't
says
worth my time.
he doesn't
Yeah.
deserve to be called a hero because he was a prisoner of
If
Is
it's
it-
war.
good for me, being
Take, and
president,
this
then
is
it's good for
very
the American
important
people.
when you want to talk about who is the current commander-in-chief and what they care about and what they don't care about. Public reporting that Russia had bounties on the heads of American soldiers. And you know what a bounty is? It's somebody puts a price on your head and they will pay it if you are killed.
Wait. Time
And
out,
Donald
time out.
Trump had talked at
President
least
got
6
involved
times
in
to
the
Vladimir
political
Putin
fucking system for
and never
America,
brought
the
up the
voting system.
subject. Joe Biden would
And
never
that's
do
what they're
that.
supposed to
Joe
do.
Biden
To
would,
help Trump get
Joe
elected,
Biden
and now they're trying to
would
put
hold
bounties
Russia
on
to
soldiers'
account
heads
for
of
any
American
threat
soldiers' heads. That makes no
to our
fucking
nation's
sense.
security or to our
Why would they want to
troops
do something like
who
that?
are
That's what I'm saying. Like,
sacrificing their
oh,
lives
that's the
for the sake
president
of our
now.
democracy and our
He is
safety.
Thank you,
the
Senator Harris. This is
president.
such an
Let's
important
kill
issue, but we
his
have other
No
important issues
shit.
as well. And
Makes
I want to
sense.
make sure we have a chance
I really have
to talk
to
about.
respond to that. Look, she has
15 seconds because
Well, I gotta
we're
have
trying
more
to
than
keep.
that. Look,
Well, I'm
I
sorry,
gotta have more
Vice
than that.
President.
I
You've
gotta
had
have
more
more
time
than
than she's
15
had so far.
slanders against President Donald Trump regarding men and women of our armed forces are absurd.
I'm sorry,
My
Vice
son
President
is a
Pence.
captain in the United
Yes.
States Marine Corps. My son-in-law is deployed in the United States Navy. I can assure all of you, with sons and daughters serving in our military, President Donald Trump not only respects but reveres
Yeah,
all of
but
those
are
who
they
serve in our
like
armed
serving,
forces.
or
Any
is it kind of
suggestion
like
otherwise is
there?
ridiculous.
Is my question.
Vice President Pence. Vice
The American
President
people
Pence.
deserve, Susan,
Vice
the American
President
people
Pence.
deserve
I didn't.
to know.
Vice President Pence. I did not. Excuse me.
American Susan,
I did not create the rules for tonight.
Joe Biden.
Your campaigns agreed to the rules.
I don't know. I thought the
Okay.
presidential debate was more entertaining.
I'm
Yeah,
here
I
to
think so
enforce
too.
them, which involves moving from one topic to another, giving roughly equal time to both of you, which is what I'm trying very hard
I can't
to
believe he actually
So I
got
wanna
Biden to
go
tell him to
ahead
shut up.
to the next topic, which is an important one, as the last topic was, and that is the Supreme Court. On Monday,
Oh my
the
God,
Senate
you see the
Judiciary
Supreme
Committee is
Court
scheduled to
justice
open
pick?
hearings on
No.
Amy Coney Barrett's
Dude, she
nomination
looks
to
like
the
a
Supreme
child.
Court.
Like,
Senator
she's
Harris,
fucking young.
you'll be there as a member of the committee.
I'm like,
Her
she's gonna be
confirmation
there
would cement the court's
forever.
conservative
No shit. That's a
majority
long-term
and make
investment.
it likely
I
open to
know.
more abortion
Fucker took my
restrictions,
idea. I was
even to
gonna get, like,
overturning
as soon
the
as, like,
landmark Roe v.
they
Wade
die off. Like,
Access
I was
to
gonna get like
abortion
18-year-old
would then be
kids
up
and
to the
pull them
states.
in.
Vice President Pence,
They got
you're the
fucking kids
former
graduating
governor
from
of
college and shit like
If
that. You gotta
Roe
find like
v.
a
Wade
12,
is
13-year-old with like
What
advanced
would you want
in
Indiana
law
to do? Would you
knowledge
want
or
your
whatever.
No,
state
fuck that. I was just
to
gonna pick
ban
like
all
18,
abortions?
right? Of
You
like
have 2 minutes. Uninterrupted.
third-tier
Well, thank you for
students
the question.
out of high school
I'll
and
use a
put
little
them
bit
in.
of my time to
Right.
respond.
That's what I was gonna do.
The American people deserve to know Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general, was responsible for the death of hundreds of American service members. When the opportunity came, we saw him headed to Baghdad to kill more Americans. President Trump didn't hesitate. Qasem Soleimani is gone. But you deserve to know that Joe Biden
So are a lot of other
and
people
Kamala
during
Harris
that attack.
actually
He lit
criticized the
that place
decision to
up like
take
it
out
was the 4th of July.
Qasem
We've seen
Soleimani.
that footage.
It's really inexplicable.
We think
but
he's in this
with regard to Joe
vicinity
Biden,
at
it's
this level,
explainable.
like half the city.
Because
every
history
time.
records that Joe Biden
Take
actually
on half of
opposed
it.
the raid against Osama bin Laden. It's absolutely essential that we have a commander-in-chief who will not hesitate to
Now,
act to
get
protect
this.
American
So Trump
lives,
was
to
credited
protect
for that
American
attack
service
in
members, and that's what you have
fucking
in President
Iraq this past year, right?
Now, with regard
Okay.
to the Supreme Court of the United
But when
States,
it was Barack
let me say President
Obama
Trump and I could not
that
be more
said, we
enthusiastic
got him. We got
about the
Osama
opportunity
bin
to see
Laden.
Judge
Well, technically,
Amy Coney
SEAL Team
become
6
Justice
got
Amy
him, sir. I was like, what the fuck, man? If it was Bush, you guys have been like,
And about that too, though, Don't you find it just a little bit ironic
And our hope is in the hearing
that
this week,
what was I think like 3 months or something like that? SEAL Team 6, all members of them die at the same time on the same helicopter. Don't you find that just a little bit ironic?
No, there were survivors. They're like I know a few of them died on the helicopter, but there was ones that had survived.
When
I thought it was
Judge
all of
Barrett
them.
was being confirmed for the Court of
I don't
Appeals,
think so.
expressed concern that the dogma of
Googling it
her
right now.
faith lived loudly in her. Dick Durbin of Illinois said that it was a.
We'll have to recheck that then.
Senator, I know one of our judicial nominees you actually attacked because they were a member of the Catholic Knights of Columbus, just because the Knights of Columbus holds pro-life views.
Thank
there we
you.
go.
Thank you, Vice President
So
Pence. Your
my
time
hope
is
is
up.
that when the hearing takes place, that
Thank you, Vice President
that
Pence.
Judge Amy Coney Barrett will be respected,
Thank you,
treated
Vice President
respectfully,
Pence.
voted and confirmed
Thank
at the Supreme Court of the United States.
Senator Harris, you're the senator from and former Attorney General of
There's
California.
15
So let me ask you
SEALs
a
and
parallel
Team-
question to the one I
SEAL Team
posed
6's
to the
Gold
Vice President.
Squadron of
If Roe
30
v. Wade is
Americans
overturned,
killed. 22
what would you
Navy
want
personnel and
California
17
to do?
were
Would you
SEALs.
want your home state to enact
Oh wow.
no restrictions on access to abortion?
Okay, but still, that's
Uninterrupted.
Thank you.
Don't you think that the
First of
time just
all,
a little too
Joe Biden
convenient?
and I are both people of faith.
Yeah, and check this out.
And it's
Biden did
insulting
not
to
leak the names of
suggest
SEAL Team 6
that
members
we
after
would
Osama bin Laden's
Knock
death.
anyone for their
Uh-huh.
faith.
The
And in
claim
fact,
was Joe
Joe,
Biden leaked SEAL
if
Team
elected,
6
will
names
be
leading
only
to a
the
deadly
second
attack.
practicing Catholic as president of the United States.
What's your source?
On the issue of
USA Today.
this nomination,
Yeah.
Joe and I are very clear. As
Okay.
are the majority of the American people. We are 27 days before the decision about who will be the next president of the United States. And, before, when this conversation has come up, it's been about election year or election time. We're literally in an election. Over 4
Very
million
good,
people
Kamala.
have
We are
voted.
literally.
People are in the process of voting right now. And so Joe has been very clear, as the American people are. Let the American people fill that seat in the White House, and then we'll fill that seat.
Well, here's
on
something from the
United
History
States
Channel.
Supreme Court. And to your point, Susan, the issues before us couldn't be more serious. There's the issue of choice, and I will always fight
15 members
for
of
a
SEAL Team
woman's right
6
to make a
Gold
decision
Squadron.
about her own body. It should be her decision and not that of Donald Trump and
Insurgents
Vice
shot
President
down
Michael Pence.
a
But let's
Chinook
also look at what
transport
else is
helicopter
before
in
the
Afghanistan,
court.
killing
It's
all
the Affordable
38
Care
people
Act.
on board, including
Literally
15
in the
Navy
midst
SEALs
of
from
a
SEAL Team
public
6.
health
Right, so
pandemic,
it wasn't all of them.
when
It wasn't
over
all of them.
200
It was everybody on the
1,000
helicopter, but
people
not everybody
have
from
died,
SEAL
and
Team
7
6.
million
Was on the
people
helicopter, correct.
probably have what will be in the future
Wow,
considered
our
a
debates are a lot more
pre-existing condition
interesting than these
because
fucking vice president
you
debates.
contracted the virus.
No shit.
Donald Trump is in
Goddamn.
court right now trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. And I said it before, and it bears repeating. This means that
The
there will be
Affordable Care
no
Act is
more
not affordable if you're
protections if
finding
they
Americans
win
who don't
for
have it.
people
It's not
with
very
pre-existing
affordable.
conditions. This means that over
God
20
damn it,
million people will
Kamala.
lose your coverage. It means that if you're under the age of 26, you can't stay on your parents' coverage anymore. And here's the thing. The contrast couldn't
She's
be
supposed to
more
be like
clear.
Russian or
They're
something,
trying to
isn't
get
she?
rid of the Affordable Care Act.
India.
Biden is saying, let's expand
Okay.
coverage. Let's give you a choice of a
But she
public
said she's
option or
black, though.
private
She's told
coverage.
she's Indian, that
Let's
she's
bring
not
down
black.
heat
I
premiums.
don't fucking
Let's
know.
lower
She thought
I
Medicare
don't know.
eligibility
earlier,
to
so
60.
Thank you,
I don't
Senator.
know.
That's true
It's
leadership.
weird.
You mentioned earlier, Vice
I don't
President
know.
Pence, that the president was committed to
From what I was
maintaining
told, she was only
protections for people with
skin
pre-existing
color.
conditions.
That's what I was
But you do have this court case that you are supporting, your administration supporting, that would strike down the Affordable Care Act. The president Trump says that he's going to protect people with pre-existing conditions, but he has not explained how he would do that.
I don't
And that was one of the
understand
toughest
this. I
nuts
thought
to
that
crack
we were gonna be
when they
done
were
with these
passing the
polar
Affordable
opposite
Care Act. So
extreme
tell us
views and
specifically,
find some
how would
sort
your
of, like, middle
administration
ground with some
protect
politicians.
Americans with
But it's
pre-existing
No.
conditions have
extremes.
access to affordable insurance?
There's never going
if
to
the
be
Affordable Care Act
into that. There's always going to be some fucking
Thank you, Susan. But let me just say, addressing your very first question,
I guess,
I couldn't
unbalanced
go around as the
opposition
vice president to a
when it comes to that kind
president
of
who stands
shit.
without apology for the sanctity of human life. I'm pro-life. I don't apologize for it. And
I'm
this is another
pro-life.
one
I
of those
don't
cases where
apologize
such a
for it.
dramatic-
God
Joe Biden and
damn
Kamala
it.
Harris support taxpayer funding of abortion all the way up to the moment of birth. Late-term
Look,
abortion.
man.
They want to increase funding to Planned Parenthood.
If
America.
one of your hoes
Now, for our part,
got
I would
pregnant,
never presume how Judge
you'd
Amy Coney
wish
Barrett
that you were for
rule of the
abortion.
Supreme Court
I'm just saying.
of the United States. We'll continue to
Jesus
stand strong
H.
for the right
Christ.
to life. When you speak about
This guy.
the Supreme
Did you
Court,
say
though,
Jesus
the
H.
American
Christ?
people really deserve an answer, Senator.
Yes, I did.
Are you and Joe Biden going to pack the court if Judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed?
Now
There have
I'm
been 29
boggled.
vacancies on the Supreme Court during presidential election years, from George Washington to Barack Obama. Presidents have nominated in all 29 cases. But your party is actually openly advocating adding seats to the Supreme Court, which has had 9 seats for 150 years, if you don't get your way. This is a classic case of if you can't win by the rules, you're going to change the rules. Now, you've refused to answer the question. Joe Biden has refused to answer the question. So I think the American people would really like to know if Judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed at the Supreme Court of the United States. Are you and Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election, going to pack the Supreme
He's guilty
Court?
by association.
I'm so glad we went.
He's guilty by association.
Listen, let's do that a little more.
I'm just saying, like, how are
In
you going to call out
1864
Kamala?
I'd like you to
when
answer the
yours-
question.
when
Mr.
yours
Vice President, I'm
president
speaking. I'm speaking.
Is doing is pulling the shit that he's
In
pulling now.
1864.
Makes no fucking sense.
One of the
In this
I think,
particular
political
situation, I would
heroes,
say
certainly
she's
of
taking
President
responsibility
United
for the
States,
president.
Also, Mr. Vice President, is
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
And Pence is like
Abraham
oh,
Lincoln
what the fuck
was
Pence
up
is
for
doing?
re-election, and it was 27 days before the election, and a seat became open on the United States Supreme Court. Abraham Lincoln's party was in charge not only of the White House but the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
But Honest Abe said it's not
By
the
way,
right thing
wasn't
to
all
do.
that honest.
The
let's
American
be fair.
people deserve to make the
Abraham
decision
Lincoln
about who will
was
be
a
the next president of the
lawyer,
United
a
States.
lawyer,
And then that person can select who will serve for a
lawyer.
lifetime.
And that whole
on the highest court
case, you ever
of
hear about
our
that court
land.
case?
And so
That
Joe and I are
that
very
he was
clear.
defending?
The American people are voting
Yeah, well, apparently
right
it didn't
now.
go down like
And
you
it
see
should
in
be
movies and read
their
the book.
decision.
You don't say. That does not sound surprising at all.
This most
Yeah, I'm just saying they're
important
celebrating honest
a
Abe. I'm like, you realize Abe was not
Thank you.
so honest. as
Senator
actually
Harris.
made
People,
in
Susan,
history.
are voting
shit.
right now. They'd like to know if you and Joe Biden are going to
There's no such thing as an honest lawyer.
if you don't get your way in this nomination.
Let's
So
talk
you don't
about
understand.
packing.
You once
Come on,
again gave a non-answer. Joe Biden gave a non-answer.
trying to answer you
The
now.
American people deserve a straight answer. And if you haven't figured it out yet, the straight answer is they are going to pack the Supreme Court if they somehow win this election. Men and
Mr.
women,
Vice President,
I got
I
to tell you,
think-
people across this country, if you cherish our Supreme Court, if you cherish the separation of powers, you need to reject the Biden-Harris
Separation
ticket.
powers, but
Come
if
November
you're
the 3rd,
president and you're
re-elect
sticking in
President
people
Donald Trump,
that
and we'll
fit
stand
your
by that
mantra,
separation of powers.
That's not
of the United
exactly a
States.
separation of powers.
Yeah, let's talk
thing.
about packing the court then. Let's talk about the
Please.
fact. Yeah, I'm about to.
The people should be picking the Supreme Court.
So
Yeah, the people
the
should be
Trump
picking everybody in the government.
administration has been, because I
Thank
sit on
you.
the Senate Judiciary Committee, Susan, as you mentioned.
I've said it before. If you work in the government, it is a civil service. You work for the people.
District courts, courts of
Agreed.
people who are
I think
purely
people get that 'cause
ideological,
I've not
people
seen
who
this
have been
chat move,
reviewed
not
by
even a bit.
legal professional organizations and found to have been not
I think
competent
we've been abandoned.
are substandard. And do you know that of the 50 people
Well, I can't bring up Twitch without lagging my
President
computer.
Trump
If I do, then the whole
appointed
stream
to
will
the
start
Court of
buffering.
Appeals for
I'm on
lifetime
StreamYard, I ain't
appointments,
seeing it budge.
not one is
even a
black.
bit.
What's Twitch
this
look
is
like?
what they've been doing. You want to talk about
Do we even have any
packing the court?
viewers?
Let's have that discussion.
All right,
I'm
thank
finding
you.
it right
Thank you,
now.
Senator. Let's go on and talk about the issue of racial justice.
I just want the record to reflect she never answered the question. But the American people, maybe the next debate, Joe
Nothing
Biden
like
will
a true
answer.
lawyer.
Thank
But I think the American people know.
Thank you, Vice President. In March, Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old emergency room technician in Louisville, was shot and killed after police officers executing a search warrant in a narcotics investigation broke into her apartment. The police said they identified themselves. Taylor's boyfriend said he didn't hear them do that.
I can't bring
He
up
used a
Twitch
gun
without it
registered to him to fire a
making
shot,
more noise.
which wounded an officer. The officers then fired more than 20 rounds into the apartment. They say they were acting in
Oh, I need the app to
self-defense.
see.
None of them
I'm
have been
guessing.
indicted in connection with her death.
I thought you had the app.
Senator Harris, in the
Nope.
case of Breonna Taylor, was
No,
justice
that's
done?
Well, technically, you don't need the app. You can just go on your phone's browser.
I've talked with Brianna's
I
mother,
am,
Tamika
and all it
Palmer,
says is
and her
live
family.
broadcast. It doesn't say how many
And
viewers.
her
it's got
family
or
deserves
anything.
justice. She was a beautiful young woman. She had as her life goal to become a nurse. She wanted to become an EMT to first learn what's going on
I can
out on
watch
the
it, I
street,
can't even see the
so she
chat,
could then
though.
become a
This is
nurse and
so
save
fucking
lives.
goofy.
And her life was taken. unjustifiably and tragically and violently.
I'm
And
still
it
getting used to the
it brings
platform.
me to, the 8 minutes and 46 seconds that America witnessed, during which an American man was tortured and killed under the knee of an armed, uniformed police officer. And people around our country, of every race, of every age, of every gender, perfect strangers to each other, marched shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm, fighting for us to finally achieve that ideal of equal justice under law. And I was a part of those peaceful protests. And I believe strongly that,
You were
first of
part
all,
of the
we are never
peaceful
going to
protests? I
condone
want
violence,
pictures of
but
that
we
shit.
always must
I
fight
want pictures of Kamala at these
for
protests.
the values that we hold dear, including the fight to achieve our ideals. And that's why Joe Biden and I have said on this
Next to
subject,
the Chimera counter thingy under the pencil, where the pencil is,
I know what I'm talking about. Bad cops are bad for good
there's like a
cops.
person with
We
number
need
6. I can
reform
assume we have
of
6
our
viewers right
policing in
now.
America and our
I
criminal
don't even
justice
see
system,
that,
which
bro.
is why Joe and I
Crazy.
will
Well, I'm on my
immediately
desktop,
ban
so.
chokeholds and carotid holds. George
Well, thank you to
Floyd
the
would
6
be
that are
alive
joining
today if
us.
we
If you
did
share
that.
out this live
We
stream,
will
you enter
require a
chance to
national
win a free
registry
patch.
for police officers who break the law. We will, on the issue of criminal justice reform, get rid of private prisons. And
Okay, do you
cash
see the
bail,
little up
and we
arrow
will
thingy?
decriminalize
Nope.
marijuana, and
Thank
we
you, Senator Harris.
will expunge the records of those who have
Thank you,
been
Senator
convicted
Harris.
of marijuana. This is
Thank
a
you,
time
Senator
for
Harris.
leadership on a tragic issue
see.
Senator
of
Harris, your time
unarmed
is up.
black people in America. who
Thank
have
you,
been
Senator
killed.
Harris. Vice President Pence, let me pose the
And
same
then
question to you. In the
Yeah,
case of
so
Breonna
pull that
Taylor,
of it. That's it. That's all
was
I see.
justice done? You have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Yeah, you can't even chat
Well, our heart breaks.
without on the mobile device without.
Well, again, I'm on my
Yeah.
desktop. I'll send you a screenshot.
I trust our justice system, a grand jury that refused the evidence. And it really is remarkable that as a former prosecutor, you would assume that an impaneled grand jury looking at all the evidence got it wrong. But you're entitled to your opinion, Senator. I think with regard to George Floyd, there's no excuse for what happened to George Floyd. Justice will be served.
No, it won't be.
But there's also no excuse for the rioting and looting.
Right.
Follow.
Okay. There's no excuse for the rioting.
It really
and
is
looting.
astonishing.
However, had
Flora
justice
Westbrook is
was
with us
there,
here
there
tonight in
wouldn't
Salt
have been
Lake
any
City.
fucking riots.
Just a few weeks ago, I stood at what used to be her salon was burned to the ground
Pence.
by rioters.
If you check your messages, so you'll see the picture of what I'm talking
Still
about.
trying to put her life back
I
together.
always like titty pics.
And I must tell you, this
Oh, okay.
That little
presumption
up arrow
see
thing,
that you hear consistently
Yeah. Okay.
that's how you
from
share.
Joe Biden and Kamala
Good.
Harris,
Yeah,
that,
but you have to be on a thing for
that
that.
America is
I'm guessing?
systemically racist.
All right.
That, as Joe Biden said, that he believes that law enforcement has an implicit bias against minorities
It does.
is a great insult to the men and women who serve in law enforcement. And I want everyone to know who puts on the uniform of law enforcement every day, that President Trump and I stand with you. And it is remarkable
No, Joseph, there will be unrest.
that when Senator Tim Scott
In
tried
the
to
end, there will
pass the
only be
police reform
chaos.
bill, brought together a group of
Man,
Republicans
there
and
was a guy
Democrats,
wrote a
Senator
book
Harris,
last year, something like that.
you got up and walked out of the room. And then you filibustered Senator Tim Scott's bill on the Senate floor
Oh,
that would
Kevin
have provided
Ice, your
new
patches were
accountability and
mailed
new
out like 2 or
resources.
3 days ago.
But we
bro,
don't
so I
have to
didn't get back
choose
to you
between
sooner.
supporting law enforcement,
But
improving
you are
public
getting your
safety,
patches.
and supporting
Oh,
our
I got my
American
my Cannibal Holocaust
Thank you,
patch.
all of our minorities. Under
Nice.
President Trump's leadership,
Thank you, Vice President.
always stand with law enforcement.
It's a fucking it's fucking sew on though. You can't iron it.
Lives of African Americans.
I can't
Thank
sew,
you, Vice
goddammit.
Employment,
I
record
can tell you that.
investments in
President, your time
education,
is
and
up.
the fight for
Yeah.
school choice for
You gotta make
all.
do with what you
I'd
got.
like to respond.
Senator Harris.
Dude,
I
got
will
like
not
5
sit
or
here and be
6
lectured
or
by
2
the
or 3
Vice President
patches, right?
on what it
4
means
of which
to
are
enforce
coming
the laws
in,
of
so
our
I've got like
country. I am
7
the only
total.
one on
You
this
have to
stage
sew on.
who was
And
personally
there's a way you can do
prosecuted
that. There is a
everything
way you
from
can do
child
that.
sexual
That's
Right.
assault to homicide. I'm the only one on this stage who has prosecuted the big banks for taking advantage of America's homeowners. I'm the only one on this stage who prosecuted for profit
Well,
colleges
you're
for
one of
taking
2 people,
advantage
ladies.
of our
So
veterans. And the reality of this is that we are talking about an election in 27 days, where last week the President of the United States took a debate stage in front of 70 million Americans and refused to condemn white supremacists.
Not true.
And
Not true.
it
Well, Kevin
wasn't
Ice
like
seems to
he
be
didn't
our,
have a chance.
consistent
He
viewer.
didn't do it, and then he doubled
I
down.
agree.
And then he
Shut up,
said,
Kevin
when
Ice.
pressed,
He
Stand
was with
back.
me back in the YouTube days.
stand
brother.
by.
Oh, cool.
And-
So we have an original then.
This is a part
We
of
do.
a pattern of Donald Trump's. He called Mexicans rapists and criminals. He
I
instituted
thought
as
it
his
was
first
the
act
best
a
thing
Muslim
that-
ban. He on the issue of Charlottesville,
But here's the kicker,
where people
right?
were
That Rainbow
peacefully
5 movie came out,
protesting.
Rainbow Last Blood.
the need
Uh-huh.
for racial justice, where a young woman was killed, and on the other side there were neo-Nazis carrying tiki torches, shouting racial epithets,
Right? That would be
anti-Semitic
like saying whites are really mean. Have you
slurs,
seen American History
and Donald
X?
Trump went
No
on his side and
shit.
said
No
there were
shit.
fine people on both sides. This is who we
Uh,
have as the president of the United States. And
You
America,
know,
you
this is
deserve
what's gonna
better.
get played.
Joe
We might
Biden will
only
be a
have 6
president
viewers
who
right now,
brings our
but
country
in about 4
together
years,
Senator
this is gonna
Harris,
get
and,
like
and, and
1.2 million
recognizes
hits
the
when they're
beauty
like,
in our
you can do
diversity
everything that
and the
he's
fact
done.
that we all have so much
Everything
more
he
in
said,
common than
oh,
what
he said
separates
that all
us.
white
Vice
people
President
were
Pence, let me
racist.
give you a minute to respond.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that very much. You know, I think that's one of the things that makes
Personally, I
people
find white
dislike
people to be
the
half the
media so
fucking
much.
problems on this planet.
Is that you selectively edit, just like Senator Harris did, comments that President Trump and I and others on our
But if
side.
you're a straight white male, you don't get to have problems.
Senator Harris conveniently omitted.
Yeah, you do.
After the president made comments
Hell, you're the
about
fucking center of
Nah,
them.
either side of the debate
Huh?
over monuments,
I said, yeah, you do. You're the fucking center of
the
them.
KKK, neo-Nazis, and white supremacists, and he's done so.
Shit, if you're a straight white male, you don't fucking have
concerned
rights.
that he doesn't
Yeah,
condemn
I
neo-Nazis.
know, but you don't even get to like sit there and
President Trump has
bitch
Jewish
like, man, I
grandchildren.
fucking busted my elbow.
His
Oh,
daughter
you
and son-in-law are
you
Jewish.
busted your elbow today. You
This
want
is
to know what
President
I
who-
went through for?
You
7
busted your elbow. Try having a period, asshole.
Right, I'm
You're
like,
talking
I was
about having
fucking
personal
bitching on my
trust.
elbow, nothing to do
Glad
with
you
your
brought up
period.
your
Calm the fuck
Thank
down. Although,
I
funny story,
really
real
need to make
quick.
this point.
There's
you were-
a
when
there's
you
a
were
girl I like to
DA
piss off, so I
In
messaged
San
her,
Francisco,
and it was that
when you
old
left
meme
office,
of
African
I think I'm
Americans were
pregnant. It
19
says the
times
AT&T
more
subscriber
likely to
viewer
be
charge of
prosecuted
reach is not
for
available
minor
this
drug
time.
offenses
Uh-huh.
than
It's like, you
whites and
spelled you're
Hispanics.
wrong,
When you
and
were
then
Attorney
it
General
just
of
says-
California, you increased
I
the
said that there was
disproportionate
period,
incarceration
like,
of
Thank you.
blacks in California. You did nothing on criminal justice reform in California.
What are the
You didn't
odds?
lift the first step
Oh, I'm
back
so
on
happy.
Capitol Hill. I mean,
I said, I got a question for you.
record speaks
Yeah.
for itself. President
What do you think of my new shirt, man?
For criminal
I fuck with
justice
that.
reform.
Thank you, Vice President
Fought for
Pence.
Yeah?
education, choice, and opportunities for African Americans of all of our
Thank you,
That
sir.
is so
It will do it
fucked
for
up.
Thank you.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no
yours is
more
awesome, man. I love it.
Final issue. that
We were both
talking about tonight,
narcissists
and that is the
wearing
issue
our
No
of
shit.
the election itself.
We can't even
Check my
wear
record. I
each
would like
other's. We're
not
just
to
like,
do
I
this.
rock
Let me
down.
give you 30 seconds because we're running out of
I
time.
appreciate that.
Oh,
First of all, having served as the Attorney General of the state of California, the work that I did is a model of what our nation needs to do, and we will be able to do under a Joe Biden presidency. Our
well, if
agenda
you've already done these
includes what
things
this
and
administration
mission
has failed.
accomplished, then why do you
It will
need
be
to be
about
vice
not
president?
only instituting a ban on chokeholds and
You've
throttles.
already accomplished it. Like,
I
I
would
think
like
you're
to go
beating a dead
through.
horse
These are
at that
points that you
point.
made earlier in the
No
hour, and I want
shit.
to talk about the election.
It'll be
itself
it'll
before
make
we
the
do.
whole
But I want to
running
talk
for
about
president
the
thing
connection between
completely
what Joe
pointless
and
to
I
begin
will do
with.
in my record, which
Right.
includes
We did
I was the
this
first
without the presidency. and this is
statewide
what we
officer to
wanna do,
institute a
make the
requirement that
presidency.
my
Okay,
agents
so if
wear
you did all that, why the
body
hell are you
cameras
running for
on
president to
full-time.
begin
We
with?
were the first to
Right.
initiate a requirement that there would be a training for law enforcement on implicit bias because, yes, Joe Biden and I recognize that implicit bias does exist, Mr. Vice President, contrary to what you may believe. We did the work of instituting reforms that were about investing in reentry. This is the work that we have done and the work we will do going forward. And again, I will not be
You know,
lectured
Antifa's
by the
gonna
Vice
end up
President
voting in this election. You know
on
that, right?
our record of what we have done in terms of law enforcement and keeping our communities
Punish the
safe and a
cops.
commitment to reforming the criminal justice system
Wow,
of
that's
America.
real.
Thank you,
innocent.
Senator Harris. I'd
No
like to
shit.
pose the first. I'd like you to
That's
respond first to the question.
Don't
on
call the
final
cops, call the
election
crackhead.
itself.
Yep.
President Trump has several times refused to commit himself to a peaceful transfer of power after the election. If your ticket wins and President Trump refuses to accept a peaceful transfer of power, what steps would you and Vice President Biden then take? What would happen next? You have 2 minutes.
So I'll tell you,
That's not fair because
Joe and
Pence
I
didn't even
are
respond to that. What's Pence gonna
particularly
do? Come out like he's
proud
a bodyguard,
of
be like, whoa,
the coalition that
whoa.
we've built around our
Whoa.
campaign. We
Back
probably
up,
have one of
Mr.
the
President.
broadest coalitions of
Be
folks
good,
that
Mr.
you've ever
President.
seen
Like,
in
what
a
the
presidential
fuck?
race. Of
What's
course,
he
we have
gonna do?
the support of Democrats, but also
Respond to that.
independents and Republicans. In fact, 7 members of President George W. Bush's cabinet are supporting our ticket. We have the support of Colin Powell, Cindy McCain, John Kasich,
You
over
don't have Colin
500
Powell on your side. I am
generals,
sorry.
retired
I am
generals,
sorry. He
and
probably
former
shook your
national
hand
security
one time.
experts and
But
advisors
Colin
are
Powell is
supporting our
not
campaign.
going to fall with the
And I
Democrats.
believe they are doing
He's
that
an
because
idiot.
they know that Joe Biden has a deep-seated commitment to fight for our democracy and to fight for the integrity
You
of
didn't
our
answer the
democracy
question,
and to
Mimi.
bring integrity back to the White
They
House.
never do.
And so we believe in the American people. We believe in our democracy. And here's what I'd like to say to everybody. Vote.
I would love to see you at one of
Please
these
vote,
debates. You're
vote
just
early,
laid back.
come
Hey,
up with a
you
plan
know,
to vote. Go to
just
I would have
ivotevote.com. You can
shot
also
Bush.
go
She'd have been
to
like, I'll take the
joebiden.com.
fucking White
We
House.
have
I'd
it
have been
within
like,
our power
damn,
in these
babe.
next 27 days to make the
God.
decision about what will be.
I could just see you in a debate like this. Mr. President, what do you plan on doing to Electric County? Well, first of all, motherfucker.
We use our
Listen
We
here,
will win.
dipstick.
will not let
You
anyone
clearly have the
subvert
IQ
our
of a tickle me
democracy
Elmo, so I'm going to
with
try and
what
explain
Donald
it
Trump
real
has been
short,
doing,
real
as he
simple,
did on the
real
debate
quick,
stage last
alright?
week, when again in front of 70 million people,
I'm going to get kicked off the stage. This
He
guy will be like
openly
5 seconds in to be like, you need
attempted
to
to
shut
suppress the vote.
Shit. Mr. President, would you like a
Joe Biden
Xanax?
ran on that same debate stage because clearly Donald Trump doesn't think he can
This
run on a
guy
record,
needs
but this
some
is the
sort
field
of
record.
fucking pharmaceutical
Joe
drug.
Biden on that stage said, hey, just please vote. So I'll repeat what Joe said. Please vote.
Thank you, Senator. Vice
And when
President
they
Pence,
said it, it means
President
please
Trump
vote
has
for me.
several times refused to commit himself to a peaceful transfer of power after the election. If Vice
she's
President Biden
rephrasing
is
the
declared the
question
winner and
defense.
President
Okay,
Trump
here we go.
refuses to accept a peaceful transfer of power, what would be your role and responsibility as Vice President? What would you
Fucking sit there
personally
because I'm nothing but a vice fucking president.
First and foremost, I think we're going to win this election. Because
think we're gonna win this
Joe Biden,
election.
Kamala Harris, rather
Maybe.
than a long litany of
First and
establishment in
foremost,
Washington,
I think we're
D.C.
going to win this election.
establishment
I
Joe
wouldn't
Biden's
start off a
been part of
statement
for
with
40
that.
years. President Donald Trump is
Have you checked the polls
a
recently?
movement of everyday
I have.
Americans from every walk of life.
Have you?
I
have not.
The same Americans
Yeah,
that delivered that
well, it's not
historic
looking good
victory
for
in
Trump.
2016.
Ah,
We see this
If
president's
the
record
election were to
where
take
we
place
rebuild our
today,
military, we
we
revived our
would have a new
economy
president.
through
yeah.
tax cuts, rolling back regulation, fighting for fair trade.
How bad is the lag?
unleashing American energy. We appointed conservatives
not
to our
bad.
federal courts at every level.
The audio's good. The
And we
audio's
stood
clear.
with the men and women of law
All right.
enforcement every single day. I think that movement of Americans has only grown stronger in the last 4 years. But when you talk about accepting the outcome of the election,
That's the same question to ask.
Senator, your party has spent the last 3.5 years trying to overturn the results of the last election. It's amazing. When Joe Biden was vice president of the United States, the FBI actually spied on President Trump and my campaign.
Yeah,
I
279.
mean, there were documents released this week that the CIA actually made a referral to the FBI.
I guess that's not too bad.
documenting that those allegations
Yeah,
were
because
from
you need
Hillary
270 to
Clinton
win.
campaign. Of course,
Joe Biden
we've
would win.
all seen the
Yeah.
avalanche, what
And
you
that's
put
not
the
a too
country
close to
through
call.
for the better part of
And it looks
3
like there's
years
more of a toss-up
until it was
for
found
the
there was
Republicans
no
than there is
obstruction,
for the
no
Democrats.
collusion, case
So even if the
closed.
toss-up,
And then
if the
Senator
full
Harris, you and your
134 would
colleagues
have
in
met,
the
they're still only at
Congress
125.
tried to impeach the President of the United States
By the
over a
looks of
phone
it,
call. And now Hillary Clinton has actually said to Joe
Biden's
Biden that
winning
under, in
Virginia,
her
New
words,
Hampshire,
under
Minnesota,
no
Pennsylvania,
circumstances should
Michigan,
he
Wisconsin,
concede the
Nevada,
election.
Arizona,
So
Florida,
let me just say, I think we're going to win this election.
Louisiana,
President Trump and I are
North
fighting every day
Carolina,
in courthouses to
Maine,
prevent
Ohio,
Joe Biden and
Georgia,
Kamala Harris from changing the rules and
sorry,
creating this
Georgia,
universal mail-in voting.
and Trump is
creating
winning
a
Texas,
massive
South Carolina,
opportunity
Missouri.
for voter fraud. We have a free and fair election. We know we're going to
That's
have
what he's
confidence in it.
He's got.
And I believe in all my heart that
That's
President Trump
almost
is going to
half.
be elected for 4 more years.
I've written all the questions that I've asked tonight, but for the final question of the debate, I'd like to read a question that someone else wrote.
Yeah, almost
the Utah
half.
Debate Commission asked students in the state
You're being hopeful.
to write essays about what they would like to ask you. And I want to close tonight's debate with the question posed by Brecklin Brown. She's an 8th grader
That's not a
at
small
Springville
margin.
Junior High in Springville, Utah.
But
And
we'll
here's what
see.
she wrote.
We'll see.
Quote,
A lot of the Republicans are not voting.
when I watch the
shitty mail-in
news,
ballot, they're
all I
voting
see
until election
is
day.
arguing
So we'll see.
between Democrats and
Quit
Republicans.
pissing on my
When I
parade,
watch the
asshole.
news, all I see is citizen
Trying to remain
pride.
optimistic.
When I watch the news, all I see
You know what happens when a cycle doesn't get optimistic?
Trying to tear
Do
each
ya?
other. If our leaders can't get along,
I just hope that we see what I hope
And then
we
she
see, and
added,
that is the
your
largest
examples
percentage of
could make all the
voters
difference to bring us
for
together.
third parties that we have seen.
So to each
Are
you referring to
I'd like
Joe?
Take 1 minute.
I
And
am
respond
referring to Joe Jorgensen, the
directly.
Taxpayers
Vice
Party, and the
President
Green
Pence, you have
Party,
one
for people to be like,
That's a
anybody but
wonderful
these
question.
fucking idiots. I'm good with.
And let me just commend you for taking an interest in public life. I started following the news when I was very young. And in America,
Okay, 3 viewers.
we believe in a free and open exchange of debate. And we celebrate that. It's how we've created literally the freest and most prosperous nation in the history of the world.
Freest and
I
prosperous.
would tell you that
Somebody call Switzerland's
don't
prime
assume
minister
that
real
what you're
quick
seeing on local news networks
and tell
is
them
synonymous
that.
with the American.
And when they're done laughing and they hang up
You
the
know, I
phone,
look
let
at
me
the
know what they-
relationship between
if there was
Justice
anything else
Ruth
that
Bader
was said.
Ginsburg, the late justice who we just lost from the Supreme Court, and the late Justice Antonin Scalia.
Sometimes I think the
They were on
politics live in their own
polar
fantasy.
opposites on the Supreme Court of the United States. One very liberal, one very conservative.
It sounds like
But
a
what's been
bulky
learned
piece
since her
of
passing
fucking
was the two of them
not
and their
well
families
mentally.
were very close as of friends.
Pence
I mean,
was at
here
least
in
sharp
America,
as a
we
tack
can
and held
disagree.
himself
We
a
can
lot better
debate
than Trump
vigorously,
did.
as Senator Harris
Yeah.
and I have on this stage tonight.
Well, like you said, less
But
entertaining.
when the debate is over, we come together as Americans. That's what people do in big cities and small towns all across this country. So
Oh
I just
yeah,
want
we're
to
coming together
encourage
all
you,
right.
Brooklyn. I want
How's
to tell you that
how them riots going?
we're going to work every day to have government as good as
What?
our people.
Oh,
The American people, each
sorry, I thought that was I thought that was a comment.
We're
Love
gonna
a
come
good
together after
debate.
the debate.
We love a good
Really?
argument.
Have you seen
always
Facebook?
come together in our
No shit.
Thank you.
times of need. And we've especially learned that
Thank you,
through the
Vice President.
difficulties of this year.
Senator Harris, what would you say to Brecklin?
First of all, I love hearing from our young leaders. And when I hear her words, when I hear your words, Brecklin, I know our future is bright because it is that perspective on who we are and who we should be. That is a sign of leadership and is something we should all aspire to be. And that, that brings me to Joe. Joe
Unless you're a
Biden,
third party, in which case you need to get
one of the
Trump.
reasons that Joe decided to run for president is after Charlottesville, which we talked about earlier. It so troubled him and upset him like it did all of us, that there was that kind of hate and division. What propelled Joe to run for president was to see that over the course of the last 4 years, what Brecklin described has been happening. Joe has a
I will say that
long-standing
Biden
reputation of
wasn't
working
gonna run.
across the
I
aisle,
remember that. He did
and working
say
in a bipartisan way.
that.
And that's what
So
he's
I
going to do
feel
as
like if
president.
He's actually running.
Joe Biden
for
has
what
a
he feels
history
is a good reason.
of
I gotta give
lifting
Biden
people
that.
up and fighting for their dignity.
He didn't run.
I mean, you
because
have
he
to know
wanted
Joe's
be
story to
president. He
know
ran
that
because he
Joe
felt
has
like
known
he had to
pain,
be president.
he has known suffering, and he
So
has known
I
love.
gotta commend him on that.
And so, Brecklin, when you think about the future, I do believe the future
I don't know
is
how
bright.
true it is, but somebody
And it will
told
be
me
because
that
of
his
your
daughter and
leadership.
his wife died in a
And
car
it will
accident.
be because we fight for each person's voice through their vote, and we get engaged in this election because you
That's
have
why
the
he's so
ability through
creepy
your
with the
work
kids and
and
shit. You're always
through
trying to smell them.
eventually your vote
Thank you,
to
Senator
determine
Harris.
the future of our country and what its leadership looks like.
Thank you, Senator Harris. Thank you, Vice President Pence. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We want to thank also the University of Utah for its hospitality, and most of all, our thanks to all the Americans who watched this debate tonight. Again, our best wishes for a quick recovery to President Trump, the First Lady, and everyone who is battling COVID-19.
Yeah, his first wife.
The second
and
presidential
daughter died
debate
in a
is
car
next week
accident.
on October 15th, a town hall style debate in Miami. We hope he'll join us then.
Julia Hunter Biden was an American educator and the first lady to kill Biden. She died in the South West 1922 with her infant daughter. Infant daughter, man. That's bad.
Well, I think this is just about wraps it up.
Is there a bonus round? Is that it?
Sounds like it. Doesn't seem nobody talking. It's just clapping.
Tapping?
Not fapping, clapping.
All right. We're done. We're done here. We're done. All right. So I just want to do a couple of quick things real quick to the 3 people that are tuned in. All 3 of you. I can't. It's all 3 of you. I do want to say Raven Fest is coming up next month. I'm very excited. We are actually a month away right now, right this second. We are a month away. We are 30 days away from me touchdown in fucking South Carolina for Raven Fest. That's going down. I'm very excited.
I just want to ask about a quick question.
Sure.
Are we still celebrating Guy Fawkes?
Of course we are. We are still
Okay.
partying. We are still leaving Facebook November 5th in commemoration of Remember the 5th of November. And we will be staying here at Twitch. This will be our new home. You'll see me over at the Asylum, of course, because, you know, I get paid for doing that over there. So I will still be over there. So if you guys are like, hey, I need some of that Sid Jones juice of the week, then head over to the Asylum for a little bit of that. Big Hoodoo's album, by the way, to the jugglers are like, you need to stop pissing on juggalos. Ooh, I just want to say Hoodoo's album is fucking solid.
Let me get you a tampon.
Yeah, fucking Hoodoo's album, which by the way is called The Red Book. So I thought it was funny you made the tampon comment. Red Book's solid. It's a fucking great album, front to back. I listened to it. I'm like, I thought I was gonna have to like skip through it or whatnot. I got up this morning. I'm listening to it. I'm like, that's dope. It's not bad. It's good. It was solid. Like as far as an album, front to back, as far as a rap album goes, it holds up. It's decent. So definitely check that out. I also want to say real quick, Drowned Out and we are working on getting more interviews for you guys. So we're gonna have more videos lined up over for the Sid Jones Network, and we're gonna have more videos lined up over at the Asylum. And as I said, we're not going anywhere. This is gonna be our new home. We're still getting used to it. As you can see, we didn't exactly, do this with the best of planning. We kind of just
we found a quick fix, but we're slowly learning as we go.
Pretty much. We want to dip before Facebook is like, yeah, no, fuck the network. Because there's a chance that we might not even see November 5th. They could get rid of us. Well, wait a minute. We'd already be gone by now. Hasha! We did it! We survived! We survived the purging of Facebook!
We survived Facebook. I'm going to make that a shirt. We survived Facebook. Sid Jones Network patch.
Dude, dude, check that out, though. October 2nd, all that shit went into effect, and we're still able to go live from the network. We survived the purge.
Yeah.
I don't know how we did it, but we fucking did it. I haven't changed much.
I haven't changed at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know what the fuck. Maybe what I did helped. Maybe what I had Bree go and do. I had to have her go do a favor, and she might have had to, kind of
yeah. Oh, wink, wink.
She kind of had to take one for the team there, and I can't thank her enough for doing that. Swimsuit Brown says Kevin Ice. I remember you as a 3-3 Kais. That's how I remembered you. 3-3 Kais. Make sure to follow and check out the schedule. We got a shit ton of different shows. Yes, we do. You've got Future Show. You've also got his Vital Information. You've got Bree doing her dollhouse. I think I have not kept up on Bree.
I just want to say a quick thing real quick.
Yeah.
We do have Vital Information for your everyday life, but it is not going to be a clockwork schedule. It will be very sporadic, and it's sort of like a test waters thing.
Oh, so it's like a pop-up video. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Like I said, I can't really give you guys the set schedule right now. I'm just telling you what to look for. You've got the dollhouse. You've got Candy doing her show at some point, I'm sure. You've got Crazy McCormick giving you the retro gaming, and I'm pretty sure he's going to go fucking batshit nutty and come up with some other crazy shit to be discussing. You'll find it there.
Guys, we got a lot of stuff planned. We got a lot of creativity. Got a great team going on here. Stay tuned on Twitch. I'm telling you, we have a lot of shit coming. A lot of it. You're not going to be disappointed.
And more. Giveaways and more, guys. As a matter of fact, I heard a guy today. He got a patch for his new vest. And it's a 1992 Jimi Hendrix Rock and Roll Hall of Fame patch that feels and looks like it was made that year for that event. It feels old, like it's vintage. But
I'm jealous already, man.
It came with a signature Jimi Hendrix patch, which is basically his signature sewed into this patch. Very purple, oval shaped, very shiny. We might do a giveaway for that one day. We just might. You never know. You never know what you're going to find here at Twitch. All the giveaways are going to be happening here. Maybe over at the Asylum occasionally. Maybe even drowned out and be like, hey, we're giving away 2 tickets to Raven Fest. And you guys might be able to get a...
You never know. I might be giving something away over on the Creature Feature show.
I'm sure that you'd give away a Kane Hodder signed Jason mask, wouldn't you?
I can definitely say I am certainly not giving away body parts.
I am not giving away body parts. So body parts are not part of the deal. But yeah, if you guys are interested, please stick around here at Twitch. Give us
if anybody wants body parts, let me know.
And please make sure you tell your friends. This is the new home for the Sid Jones Network. It's a little chaotic. It's a little weird right now, but I got a feeling it's going to get better as time goes on. And I'm certain a lot of people will feel that way. You're going to see a lot of exclusive content, things that you weren't able to see on Facebook. And for the things you're not going to be able to see at Twitch, you might see over at a Patreon in the future. You never know
what's going over on Patreon.
I confused Patreon with OnlyFans. So we got Lil Coy on an OnlyFans. Whoops.
We need to advertise that.
Lil Coy on OnlyFans? You're absolutely right, we do.
I'm telling you, see? We could put Sid Jones on OnlyFans. I fucking called it. Didn't I not say that?
Look, man, I tell you what. I'm gonna hit up some chicks and be like, listen, so I got this idea, right? And you know what I should do? I should just pitch it to them live. That's what I should do for my next interview, for my next female guest, whomever it may be. I should just look at them dead in the eye and say, hey, so I was thinking, you and me, make some of that money. We'll light some candles, You see where it's going, right? Nice.
Oh yeah, of course I see where it's going. You can try to debate
it, and then just be like, so, because that's going to be a funny little episode. How to pitch OnlyFans to an acquaintance. Oh, genius! I've already got a couple of people lined up.
Watch you next we're going to be on Pornhub.
Send clear pic and good sound, but glitchy. Yeah, I apologize for that. We kind of fucked shit up here over at Twitch. We kind of showed up and destroyed things, and hopefully it's better now. But guys, please stay tuned. We do have things coming up for you guys. We do. I promise you. This is just really new to me. Like, I haven't even tinkered with Twitch.
It's new to both of us, man.
My first time being on Twitch. So if you guys ain't down with any of this, I'm gonna let Twiggy sign you guys out. Fuck what you think. I'm gonna see you guys on the road real fucking soon. Twiggy.
Later, man.
Much love to you.
I want to thank everybody that has tuned in. I want to thank everybody that has been in the comments, all 3 of you. I know I held up 6 fingers. My name is Twiggy Dro, and this has been the Vice Presidential Debate. If you want to check me out, I am on SoundCloud. I am on Spotify, Google, Amazon. Just Google my name, and you will see this face. Yes, this one right here. Just like Sid said, we have a lot of shows coming every other Sunday. I will be going live from the Sid Jones Network, or maybe even my page, with the Sunday service with Pastor Twiggle. That is me right here. Just like it said, also keep an eye out for vital information for your everyday life on the Sid Jones Network. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in with us. I am out of here.